But the next thing is, it's documentaries.
Yeah.
Now Ice-T did a nice documentary. Are you in as well? I believe.
Yes. I'm laughing because he used the weirdest story. I had like a 3-hour interview with Ice-T, and he used just one little piece about how I started rapping. One of my first experiences, at least rapping on the street, like street rhymes, was somebody actually. I was in a cipher. I was one of the spectators in the cipher, and I wasn't even there for the battle. I was watching it, and somebody just called me out of the crowd. Was like, "Yo, and him right there," and I was like, "Me? What do you mean?" You know, and everybody laughing and stuff. So I had to get out and say my rhyme. And when I said my rhyme, I took him out right there because the crowd had the upper hand because I was called out. So the crowd was like, "What you gonna do?" So I jumped out there, and it was great. But it showed me something about courage. It showed me about opportunity, because afterwards I said my little piece, and then this guy that was dissing me, he came over and shook my hand and was like, "Yo, that was hot, like that." And I learned that too. That it's not about anger and getting mad. It's about you got an opportunity right now. Jump on it.
And hey, the better should win. And if you have the heart of the lyrics, then thank you.
Let's go.
What you want to do?
What you want to do?
What you want to do? About the documentary, is there any possibility that you maybe going to do something?
Oh, no doubt. I got one I'm looking to do called The Origins of Hip Hop. And I take it back to prehistoric humans. And I'm fascinated at the idea that I was doing genetic studies, and in genetics, scientists claim to have mapped the entire genome now. They can, they know the language of your genes, of your DNA. What is called your deoxyribonucleic acid. They claim to know what those A, C's, G, and T's actually mean now. Okay. But what's fascinating is that what's being said is that everything that a human being does naturally, really any living being, anything, but for humans, anything that we do naturally, we already had within us. And all we need to express it is the right environment. Like, there may be a gene in you, there may be DNA in your body for you to grow wings, like birds. But you'll never grow the wings until you're in the right environment. Then your genes respond to the environment, and your kids start growing little wings. So you're like, whoa, how can a human being actually have wings? Well, you have to be in the right environment. So we see this with a fish called Tiktaalik. It's a fish, an ancient fish that they say was the first time
came out of the water.
I
can be out.
I can be out of the water. I can jump out of the water. So this fish, they say, went from being a fish to now jumping on land. But when it got on land, it developed hands, wrists, two eyes, and so that means wrists, hands, eyes was already in the fish in the water. So that even though the fish is going around in the water, it already had it within it. It just needed to be in the right environment. So if this is the case, which is the latest theory on genetic studies, that means that anything that hip hop we do naturally, we speak, which is MCing, beatboxing is music with the body, graffiti, moving, dancing, anything we do, that means fish have it. That means ancient animals had this, and whatever developed into human, the Neanderthal, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, which is what we're supposed to be. Ancient humans already had breaking, MCing, graffiti, or DJing was already in them genetically. They just needed to be in the right environment. So now we was in the right environment, namely the Bronx at that particular time. Oppression got to hit you. You got to feel threatened. And then all of a sudden your genes respond to that and say, okay, to conquer this threat, you're going to start doing breaking. You're going to start, to conquer this threat, you're going to start rapping. To conquer this threat, you're going to do graffiti. You're going to, this thing going to come out of you. Well, you're going to take cans and start doing like this. So this is the theory. It's called the origins of hip hop.
That's what I just wanted to ask. If we comes out to the 5 elements,
Right.
did you do all 5 for you, or was there one that you wanted to do? Like you ever breaked? You were a break dancer?
No, it was. I love dance, and actually,
popping and locking.
no doubt. I'm tall, so for me it would be more like popping. I would pop, more like that. Like, and I keep threatening to take up a popping course and just put myself, just discipline myself and just go there. And I'm gonna do that. But I am a graffiti writer. I am an MC. I am a DJ. And I do like to dance. I dance all the time. I will never compare myself to Crazy Legs.
Of course, Crazy Legs is Crazy Legs. He never compares himself to KRS, so that's why you have. He's here.
No doubt. But I do. But yes, all the elements are already in me, and my yearning to want to dance only tells me that genetically, if I ever gave myself the discipline to do it, I'd be hot.
You have to show me the 5th element just to try if you can do like a little beatbox. You ever tried to do something?
Yeah, well, here's a little.
It's the KRS ONE beatbox.
Well, see, here's my beatbox. It'll be like this. See, there you go. Now, see, everybody's listening to that was like, oh, let's go. Let's start. Maybe you can loop that and start a new record. But yeah.
It's the basics, and then they keep going on and keeping on, keep more and more. That's why they're the professionals.
That's why.
Like you in the words.